What's good, sports fans? So it was announced that the Phoenix Suns have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer. And it makes sense when you look at this season in a vacuum, right? You have a team with Kevin Durant, who played 62 games, Devin Booker, who played 75, Bradley Beal, who played 53. When you look at having those three guys on your roster with the money that they make and the talent that they have, and not being able to get into the top 10 to qualify for the play-in, let alone the playoffs, you can see why he got fired. But when you expand and open up the picture a little bit, this is well beyond Mike Budenholzer, right? Because you're going back-to-back years with Frank Vogel and Mike Budenholzer both being one and done, when both of those coaches have won titles this decade. So it's hard for me to believe that both Frank Vogel and Michael Budenholzer got to the Phoenix Suns and got coaching amnesia. They just forgot how to coach after being able to win championships this decade and having long careers of establishing themselves as winning head coaches, but they got to Phoenix and just forgot everything. Doesn't make sense. So that's why it has to come down to roster construction, the players not giving the effort on defensive end. One of the things that you look at this team this year, and it really points to them just not doing what the coach has planned. Mike Budenholzer, when he was in Milwaukee, every year that team was top 10 in pace. They always played fast. 4 out of the 5 years, they were top 10 in defensive rating. The Phoenix Suns were bottom of the league in pace and bottom of the league in defensive rating. So they're playing slow and still giving up as many points as teams who play fast. So you're not even getting the benefit of playing slow, which normally means the other team doesn't score as much because they don't have as many possessions. But this team is playing slow and letting other teams get all the buckets they want, even at a slower pace. And it'll be hard for me to believe that Mike Budenholzer wasn't preaching and trying to implement defense and playing fast into this team, and the team just didn't want to do it. That has to come down to the players or come down to the roster construction. Because you look at Mike Budenholzer and Frank Vogel, they both have been great defensive coaches with the right personnel. Like Mike Budenholzer in Milwaukee had Giannis, who we know plays hard. Just is going to go hard all the time. Brook Lopez, great rim protector. Drew Holiday, some of those years we know is an amazing defender. Frank Vogel had some great defensive teams in Indiana and LA. And they got to Phoenix. Didn't have the right personnel to have those good defenses that they are used to. And they weren't able to meet expectations with the money this roster cost. And that's not on them. But they have to suffer because we can't fire the players. And, of course, the owner is not going to fire himself. So Mike Budenholzer is the one that has to go home.